Alright, hey guys, Grumpy here with episode 5 of our Zero to Hero series. So, in episode 4, we went after a couple merchant convoys, got a ton of supplies, you know, really establishing ourselves in the system. Let's go ahead and continue our campaign with Mercury Guy. Something I'm going to try to do with these episodes is have a goal in mind. So, the goal for this episode is going to be starting the story. And also looking out for more merchant convoys as they come by, and then maybe selling off some supply, but we're not really going to worry about that for now, because if we check these prices aren't really that good, so we'll worry about that a little later. Let's go ahead and grab the fuel. And then last episode we got a drover. We could restore it. Yeah, sure, let's go ahead and restore it. And then we need a harpoon. Well, we need harpoons on all these, so we'll just clear those out for now. And then as far as fighters go, I think daggers and longbows are going to be a good combination, so we don't need to do anything there. And then we can also restore this. Okay. That was a lot of money to spend, but it'll be alright. Maybe we shouldn't have restored the Wayfarer, but I definitely want to restore the drover. That's going to help us out. Alright, do you have any harpoons? You don't. Okay. Well, we'll just keep an eye out. In the meantime, we're going to start the story quest, and that begins in Galatia. So we're going to head over that way, and we'll just keep an eye out for any merchant convoys that might interest us. Okay. Thank you guys so much for all the support that these videos have been getting. A lot of feedback. A lot of people are interested in longer videos. The problem with making longer videos is that not everybody, has the time to watch them. So here as we approach Galatia, we can keep our transponder off, that's fine. The problem with making longer videos is that not everybody has the time to watch them. So the way I'm going to try to solve that is just to have a video focus on a specific thing. So this video, we're gonna start the quest line. You start the quest line by heading here to Galatia. Also pirates nearby, which I'm not really scared of. Then you ask to request a meeting with the provost. You follow the agent. Sure, it doesn't matter which option you pick. This is Anita Barrett. I'm not gonna spoil the story. I'll just click through it, but you can take your time. When you go do the story, you can read through it. These options don't really matter. Just hit accepted. And then what you want to do is you want to open the comm directory and talk to Alvis Sebastian. He'll be your main contact. Essentially what we're going to do over the next few episodes is build up our trust with Sebastian, and then he'll give us a recommendation to the provost, in which case we can start like the actual story. Alright, so basically we're going to ask him for a bunch of jobs. Sure, and we'll go ahead and accept them. Alright, so he can offer several different types of missions. Some of these missions can be extract missions, they can be deliver a VIP, extract a hostage, things like that. So you're going to be coming to him quite a lot. We can turn our transponder on, we're not afraid of these pirates. So you're going to be going back and forth, doing missions, coming back, doing missions, coming back. Let's go ahead and buy some fuel. Buy it off the black market first. And then do you have any harpoons? You don't. Alright, that's fine. Let's head over to the Danku mining station and see if they have any harpoons. And then if not, we'll just go back home, and then we'll tailor our fleet so that's more in line with doing missions. Do you have harpoons? You have harpoon doubles. I need harpoon MRMs. Nope, doesn't look like it. That's fine. So let's head back to Myasora. Or actually, we're gonna hit the E key to bring up our missions. or to bring up the intel screen, and then we're gonna click on missions and see if there's anything nearby. So it looks like we have to go to Eos Exodus and just go talk to somebody. And then it looks like there's a data recovery, so we probably have to scan a ship or something. Alright. Let's head over to Eos Exodus first. And then we'll trim down our fleet so that it's less supply intensive. Not that supplies are an issue. After the 2 merchant convoy raids that we did, we're in a pretty good spot there. Alright, we're just keeping an eye out. Delivering fuel. Okay. There's a system bounty in Galatia. That's interesting. Alright, and then we need to go to Hesperus, which it looks like Hesperus is going to be closer to down here. So let's see if we can't jump in on top of it. Also, let's make sure our transponder's on. Ah, we just missed it. It was the one right above it. Alright. So to complete these kinds of missions, usually what you have to do is open the comm directory, and then there'll be an icon here. This yellow exclamation point is like the quest icon, so you just talk to her. And then ask about gathering a certain piece of technology. They'll try to upcharge you. So here they want 70,000 credits. You just say that wasn't part of the deal, and I haven't seen this fail. So just always click that if you can, and then accept and pay with the original ransom. Boom. I think that's there just so if people aren't paying attention, they have to pay a little more. But I always just press that wasn't a part of the original deal. Okay, and then any harpoon MRMs? No. Alright, we're still looking. Okay. Now let's head to Myasora. We can transverse jump out. When you jump into hyperspace, you want to make sure you turn off your transponder, so you don't attract the attention of pirates or pathers. And also it allows you to attack people anonymously. Ooh, a Colossus. Interesting. Let's see if we can recover this. We could, but it would cost a story point. So instead, we'll salvage it. Now let's continue on our journey. Returning to Lacatil. Okay, I don't know. They were in a rush. Let's go ahead and move slow through this storm. Nah, it wasn't slow enough. Alright, so we're going to trim down now to a questing fleet. So the questing fleet is very bare bones. It's not going to have a lot of the ships that we already have. But the trade-off is that it's not going to cost us any supply. So unfortunately, we're going to have to put up the Drover, the Vigilance, the Shepherd, the Wayfarer, and we'll keep the Buffalo. This will be about it. So back to basics, back to where we were. We can put away the crew. And that is about it. Let's grab some supply. You're neutral with me? Okay. Repair, and now we're down to 0.8 supply a day versus the 1.8 that we were burning earlier. We can lower this down. I try to keep about 3 months worth of supply on hand, because that'll cover the cost of like combat. Alright. Yeah, with this fleet, I think we can get it done. I don't foresee us. You know what? I'm even gonna put the Wolf back. I don't really foresee us running into too much issue. This fleet can handle pretty much most things that get thrown against it. The one thing I will check for is going to be a monitor, though. If I can get a monitor in this fleet. then I think we'd be doing just fine. Okay. Okay. We have an opportunity to buy a salvage rig. Well, I mean, it's presented to us. We don't have enough credits for it. That's fine. Let's go grab the data ruins, and then we'll head back to Glacia, turn everything in. Alright. And then rules are still the same. In hyperspace, we're still looking for fleets to ambush. Like this one. Return to the Tribeca with supply, ship holds, heavy armaments, heavy machinery. It's only guarded by a Medusa and a Brawler. Oh, they are woefully underprepared. Even with our reduced capacity, we're still going to be able to take this fight. The Medusa will present some issue, but the Brawler is no real threat, especially because it only has kinetic damage. And no real way to apply damage to our armor. Alright, so let's go ahead and move into engage. And we'll deploy all. And we'll keep the omens with us. One omen I'll send to go deal with the Brawler. And the other omen I'll keep with me, and he can deal with the Medusa. Alright. We'll let him take that. And we'll go ahead and grab this Medusa's attention. And we'll tell the second omen to go ahead and move in, and the Medusa should swing over this way. And what'll happen is it'll put its shields up, but its shields are limited, so we should have open access to like the back of the Medusa. Unless the Medusa fancies me instead, which is just fine. That's fine. We'll just use our long-range sabos to do the damage. You, unfortunately, sir, are fluxed out. So no big deal. We relied on our sabos to do the damage. Our omens couldn't grab its attention. Alright. Sometimes the ships will enter the battlefield. But you can't really get to them. Alright, so let's go ahead and pursue them, and we'll definitely take command of the action. Again, deploying all, and let's see if we can't get you guys to slow down some of these Colossus, and then I'll take the midline out. Yeah, so just remaining vigilant, looking for these supply convoys as they appear is really going to help you generate a lot of money for the early game. And get you the supplies that you'll need for the colonization phase. All right, we'll come back to that, Atlas. It's more important that we make sure that we get these Colossus. Not this one, though. We can damage it. It's not too important. We need to make sure that we get these Colossus. These having the lightning bolt means that they're empty. These do not. Alright. Alright. And our omen is almost strong enough to solo this Colossus. Alright, let's see. Can you get this before it goes? Perhaps. If it gets away, that's fine. We're really mostly focusing on the Atlases. Alright. You can blow yourself up in the pursuit phase. I have done it before, so just make sure you have your shields up. I'm gonna expedite this with a Sabo missile. Yeah, see, just like that. It's very easy to overload yourself. And here we have a nice opportunity. Uh, we could have detonated the Colossus near the Atlas. Again. Just a bit too close. Okay. But it's fine so long as you have your shield up. Alright. We do not get the Atlas. Oh, if we did want an Atlas, we'd have to spend a story point for it. And you know what? I think we will. The only other way to get an Atlas is to get lucky and buy it from a store or buy it from a station. So I think we will spend one of our 12 story points on it. The Medusa would be nice, but I don't think it's gonna be worth a story point. We don't really need another combat ship. We're good as is. And the Medusa doesn't bring much to the table that the well, it's more robust than a wolf, but I mean, we could just bring a wolf instead, or bring two wolves, and they would serve the same function as a single Medusa. Alright, so let's go ahead and recover that Atlas. And then let's pick through the wreckage. You've seen this before, so I'm actually going to put a cut in the video, and then go ahead and resume. Okay, so here we are back at the abandoned station. So all I did was I grabbed the cargo and did a couple round trips to drop everything off. So now that we have an Atlas, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put up the Buffalo, and the Atlas will fill the Buffalo's role. The really cool thing about the Atlas is it doesn't really cost that many supplies to maintain. Here it's showing 3.4 a day, but if we go ahead and put back the excess crew, okay, and then we go ahead and repair. Oh. And then we go ahead and repair. It's costing us 0.9 supply a day versus the 0.8 that we were already paying. And the trade-off is we get a significant amount more cargo capacity. So let's go ahead. I'm going to demonstrate how I like to build the Atlases. So first off, the Atlases are big, but unfortunately they're very slow. So what I like to do is I like to build in augment drive field. Also, how much would it be to restore? Maybe 155. Okay. So I like to build in augment drive field. I feel like it's always nice to just have that +2 burn. And it also costs the most OP at 40. And then also, usually I build in militarized subsystem. But something I noticed is that bulk transport gives you +2 burn on all your ships anyway. So having militarized subsystem isn't really necessary to build in. Instead, I'm gonna build in probably expanded cargo holds. It costs the same as militarized subsystem, but you know, like I'll always need expanded cargo holds, whereas I might not always need militarized subsystem. It's kind of a toss-up. But I feel like the reason I'm bringing a Atlas is always going to be because I need additional cargo. And then just building in expanded cargo holds makes sense. So let's go ahead and build it in. And then for the time being, let's make this the fastest Atlas in the universe. And we can add militarized subsystems anyway. Alright, and then other than that, let's add high resolution sensors. And what high resolution sensors is going to do is it's going to add 150 sensor range to our fleet, which will allow us to see more convoys around us. And I think that's good. There's not really much else I would want to add. Instead, let's just put the rest in just capacity. Sure. And that would be our Atlas. Next up, we're going to look to restore it because it has compromised storage and degraded drive field right now. So it's going to cost us 155. Alright. Let's check our abandoned station and see if we can make any sales. Looks like we can go to... Oh yeah, of course. The convoy we raided was headed for Tribeca. So let's make a stop over there. I'm going to keep a few of these just so it maintains its space. And I'm going to keep about 150 of these so that we can do exploration. I assume they're also short on supply. Yeah, so we can bring 1,000 their way. Let's put a little bit back. And then I like to bring this over here. I put these all in the same line so that I know they all go to the same station. Like say I had another resource I wanted to sell, like I don't know, crew. What I would do is I would take the crew and put it on a separate line. So I know that this goes to one station, this goes to the next station. And I just go it like that. It doesn't move while it's in your inventory, so it's a really nice way to keep track of what goes where. You'll see that later on as we have more goods to trade. Alright, other than that, I think that's fine. So let's head to Tribeca. I know we're going off course, but I really want to restore this Atlas, and then that'll help us out with the rest of our questing. Alright. Okay. Keeping our eyes peeled in case we find another convoy. And Tribeca is directly south of the main star. Yes. So probably right next to this white dwarf. I don't remember if they care about transponders. We'll see. There's no one nearby anyway, so I guess it didn't matter. Nope, that is not the right one. Let's go ahead and sell our 800 supply. Yes, that's 800. We don't want to sell all our supply, that would be bad. Let's sell you some heavy machinery and then some heavy armaments. And just like that, we're near a mill. We'll keep the rest of these heavy armaments, that's fine. And then let's go ahead and restore our Atlas. Okay, cool. And there we go. Our Atlas burn is now 9, which is in line with the rest of our fleet. So now, even though we have an Atlas, which is a very big, bulky cargo ship, somehow in the Starsector universe, it burns at the same speed as our nimble frigate. I'm not going to ask how. I'm just glad that it does. Alright. And you do have a couple omens, but we're not really interested in that. That's not why we're here. Let's continue our journey. Oh, one thing I will check for is mod specs. I'm looking for efficiency overhaul. Yeah, I'm looking for efficiency overhaul, which is going to reduce the supply and fuel cost of our Atlas. But anyway, let's buy your fuel and then let's get out of here. Alright. Yes, we were headed in this direction. And we'll just transverse jump out. Right next to the star, of course. Okay. This fight's a little harder. It's definitely doable, but let's just continue on our way. There's never not an opportunity to find those supply convoys. Every colony needs supplies, so there's always going to be those supply opportunities. That's not good. Engaged in battle. So they have a quest icon, which means they were definitely targeting us. It just so happened that they run into them first. So let's continue on our journey. I suspect just about every episode will have some merchant hunting in it. Okay. If you do, though, want to make money in other ways, you don't want to fight merchant convoys to get it, that you're not confident in your combat abilities, don't worry. You can always go the trade route, which I'll demonstrate maybe in a later episode. Well, definitely in a later episode. Okay. Ooh, nice. So here we have a domain error probe. which we'll talk about in a second. We'll perform, no, we won't perform a survey. Does the mission require that we perform a survey? No. Okay, cool. Alright, so here's a domain error probe. These are really nice. They usually have a lot of supplies, fuel, some kind of resource inside of them. So we can go ahead and explore this one. Some of them are defended. This one happens to be defended. Have no fear, these ships aren't really that tough. So we'll go ahead and engage them. And then we'll see what's inside. Oh nice, you get the little planet in the background. It's a beautiful world. Alright, I really like the jungle ones. I think they look the best. So these little derelict drones usually don't have shields. So us having assault chain guns is really going to speed up this fight. Something to be aware of is some of these have missile systems. This one happens to have 2 salamander missiles. In this case it's not that big of a deal. There's only 3 of them. But there are much larger derelict fleets with like, 7 to 10 frigates. And if they're all spamming salamander missiles, it's very easy to get flamed out. So you want to bring PD with you, like the omens. You want to bring those into larger fights so they can protect your engines. Because while they're not individually scary, a large fleet of them can take you down. Alright, nice. So we got a Vulcan cannon. That's okay. We could salvage the domain probe, but we need heavy machinery. It's just not worth it at this minus 32. We'll go ahead and leave. And then let's head back to Galatia and turn in our 2 quests, and that's where we'll conclude this episode. Right. It looks like there's something about the sun there, but not particularly interested in that. Ooh. We may be able to ride the slipstream back into core world or core space. All right. Nice. Whee! Even got a little boost from the storm there. The slipstreams, they help you save fuel, but oftentimes they point in the wrong direction. In that case, we happen to get lucky and it was pointing towards the core worlds. Alright, let's jump into Pontus. We can leave our transponder off. And then let's go talk to Sebastian. Boom. And we completed his 2nd quest. Alright, let's take a couple more jobs while we're out here. You can just hit accept on these. Alright, and that's all the jobs he has. You can hit accept on these. They usually don't have a time requirement to them. Like whereas here, analyze domain error probe, it gives you 120 days to complete this. His missions, Sebastian's missions, they usually don't come with a timer on them. So it's usually safe to accept all of them. Just make sure you hit the E key, check your missions, and see if any one of his missions has timers on them. But anyway, that's going to be this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Next episode, we're going to continue doing more missions, and eventually just building up that trust with Sebastian so that we can begin the actual storyline. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Grumpy out.